Big waves to another Friday, another Friday. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. So good to see everybody today, and hope you're having a great day out there. So, Philip's a proud supporter of our Coach's Corner. This word is Philip's for today, and it's initiative. Initiative. So we're going to kick it off on this Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope your Friday's going good. If not, hopefully it is moving in the right direction after the Coach's Corner. Um, so initiative. If you look at the definition of initiative, it's the ability to take action independently, like one's own self, the ability to take action without needing to be told what to do. Are you someone that would say that is you? Like only you can answer that, right? Are you someone that you take action, you're not waiting around? Or are you someone that tends to let kind of others lead you and you just kind of, you follow along? Like there's two sides, two different uh, type people in this world when it comes to that. So just talking about initiative and taking initiative, taking action independently. Like, what does that mean? Like, what things? Here's what it means. You don't wait on permission. How many of you kind of do it and then you'll ask forgiveness later, right? If there's forgiveness needed, right? You're more of a go do it when you feel like it's time that something needs to take place. You see an opportunity and you act on it, right? You solve problems instead of pointing out, you solve them. How many know people, let's don't call any names out, okay, that you or maybe are in your circle that you feel like they're really good at pointing out problems. But have you ever asked, like, how much solving do they do? How many solutions do they find? Or are they just kind of the backseat person that's waiting on everybody else to do it and then they'll pick it apart once it's done? You know, you know anybody like that? Hopefully that's none of us. So you push past fear and hesitation to make things happen. Have you ever like recently had something that you're really scared of, but you push past? You push past? We were bragging on Pat just this week talking about that. Like, you know, Andrea, I know you've done things recently like you push past. Um, and so many of you could probably point out things, but taking initiative, that's some of the things that it means. And it's so important to be a person that is taking action. And here's why. Because if I'm not waiting around, if I'm leading the charge, even if it doesn't work, right? Even if I mess up, even if it doesn't go the way I planned on it to go, I'm going to learn so much from taking initiative. Like I say this a lot, like leaders are made, they're not born. And there's people that's tried to argue this point with me, but if a person is a leader, they're constantly growing and learning new things. They're putting things in their mind every day, learning, gaining knowledge so that they can apply action. So leaders are made. They're not born. Like there was nobody born that was just with all this information. They have to learn it. Like it's got to be learned. It's got to be action taken. There's got to be wins and there's got to be losses that creates that leader. But it's all because they took initiative for things. But here's what happens. As I take initiative, the more I take initiative, the more I step out, the more I challenge my limits, the more it builds confidence. Like I start to have this confidence about me. And you start to trust yourself more because you're like, I can go across the world by myself. I can do this. I can do that. Like you start to build confidence. And then what ends up happening is opportunities start coming your way. And what you start seeing is you start creating your own opportunities. You know, what I love, even in my profession, is people come to me sometimes, they're like, ah, things are dead, it's not growing, this and that. And then I'll have the next person that's like, hey, things are slow, but I'm going to use this month to go out and create and build and make it all happen again. It's two different mindsets, right? One's taking initiative and the other person is just wanting to wallow in sorrow, right? Can't wallow, can't wallow around. Is that a word, Andrea? We'll talk about that in a minute. So here's what I'm going to end with this. If I'm a person that is taking initiative to do things, like what does that mean? It can be the simplest of things. Like you see someone that's coming out of the door that needs help with their groceries, take initiative. You see someone that a neighbor that maybe needs some help cutting their lawn, take initiative. You're in business and you're like, I think this needs to happen. Take initiative, get it done, right? Don't wait around. Be the one pursuing. Because at the end of the day, if we're taking initiative, we're growing. We're going to be flourishing. We're going to be gaining experience and wisdom from that. And so that's why initiative is so important. And Philip, thanks for having us look at this word, because there's areas in my life I go, man, I take initiative here, but I could also step back and there's areas in my life that I take a back seat to, that I need to be stepping out and taking initiative. So I can look at it both ways from my perspective. So, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson, Coach. And yes, Philip, thank you for the word. And thank you for everybody else sending them over. Keep them coming. I'm going to take them all. We're going to put them on the list and we're going to start doing them. So thank you so much. And the quote that I found for this one was, success seems to be connected with action. Successful people take initiative. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. And I love that. So when I looked into was, okay, this sounds well and good. How do we do it? How do we take initiative in our life so that we can go get the things that we really want? So first of all, if we see it, do it. Right. So all the time we see these, like at the airport, we'll see signs that if you see something, say something. I'm going to say, if you see something, do something. If you notice something that needs to be done, jump in and handle it. Don't wait for somebody else to take the lead. Next, ask, what can I do? Whether it's in your business or your job or your personal life, look for ways to add value without being asked. And I'm going to give a little shout out to a few of y'all that literally, like every single day, Hill and Diane are like, we can help, we can help, we can help. And they're taking that initiative to add value. Cynthia and Michelle, they're like, hey, if you guys are traveling, if you need help, we can help, we can help, we can help. And that was a lesson that Coach taught me, well, we're going to say 14 and a half years ago now, where he's like, if you want to earn more, you need to bring more value. So go see where you can add value, do the training, do the Zoom, do whatever you can, go help more people, because that's going to allow you to get further in whatever you're doing. Next is to start before you're ready. And I think this is one that is can be a hard lesson for some of us where we want all of our ducks in a row and we want everything to be perfect and we want to have all the knowledge and all the things before we get started. But waiting until you feel ready is a trap. The best way we learn is by doing. And I think kind of about, before I had kids, and it was like, okay, well, I had to make sure that I own the home and I had this much in savings and I had this and that and all the things. And guess what? You have babies and you're never ready. You're never ready for it, right? It's always going to be a whole new learning curve. And the rest of life is the same way. So don't worry about being ready. Just go jump in and do it. Coach already touched on this one. Be solutions focused. We all see the problems, right? Like I could point out a million errors. I'm sure you guys can point out all the things I say wrong, or the words I pronounce wrong, or all those things, right? We all can point out and poke holes in everything. But instead of focusing there, look for where we can solve the problem. Don't just point out the problem. So bring ideas to the table and offer solutions. I think that's one of my, you guys know, many of you maybe know Katie Holt Larson. And what I love about her is she will say yes and find the solution, right? Like there might be a problem there, but it's like, can you help me with? And she's like, yes. And she's going to go figure out whatever that solution is. And it makes it really fun to work with her because you know that the problem's going to be solved. We're going to get to the other side. Next is follow through. Taking initiative isn't just about starting, it's about finishing what we commit to. So if you say that you're going to be there, well, be there. Do everything in your power to keep on keeping on, as they say. Next and lastly is to surround yourself with the action takers. We all see people in our life that have that beautiful, contagious energy where we're like, oh, I want what they have. I don't know what they're drinking, but I want a little bit of it. I don't know what they're doing, but I want to do it too, because that energy is so attractive. It gravitates, we gravitate to that, right? Didn't we just talk about that this week? So stay around the people that make things happen, because then with that, some of that energy is going to rub off on us so that we can make things happen as well. So thank you for this word, Philip. That was a great one. And thanks for everybody that's sending them in. Keep them coming. I want them all. Take the initiative to send more words.
Yes, yes, yes. No, that was a great lesson. Yeah, guys. We hope you have an amazing Friday. Great weekend out there. We love you. We're so grateful for you. We'll see you back on Monday. Have a blessed
Love you
one.
guys. Have a beautiful weekend.
Love y'all.
God bless you.
Great
Thank you. Great word.
Love you guys.
Great
Thank you
day,
so
guys.
much.
Andrea.
Very
I
good
sent you some words,
message.
Andrea.
I
Blessings,
saw it.
everyone.
Thank
Love
you. I
y'all.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Love
Marlene,
you
I think you
guys.
got some great
Rhonda.
words. Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful
Bye,
weekend.
bye.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.